Hi, this is Simon from Fingers on Plastic. Yes, it's been a few days since I last did a video. Since then I've started work. And quite frankly, after being sat on my butt for 6 months, not really doing much, eating my body weight in cakes, going back to work has been a bit of a shock to the system, the old 9 to 5. Wednesday I finished work and I went and picked up Grace, and then we messed around and I took her back to her mother's. And I just sort of went to my bed and went boom. Thursday I just went to sleep. Friday, because Deluxe was doing a Q&A and I wanted to stay up for that and I fell asleep. And today I've just sort of lazed and I've been watching Star Wars. I watched Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi today. But I've got some new plastic coming soon. I've got some stuff coming from Kapow, some Siege stuff, and I may have messaged Greg and got a few things coming there as well. So there should be some new toys coming up soon. Tonight, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. So I've been talking to Matthew from Toy Therapy, Mr. Grant, and we're going to do, like, just for laughs, a little predictions video of the upcoming WWE pay-per-view. Just for bragging rights, a bit of fun between us, really. Of course, if you want to leave your comments below with your predictions, feel free. There's no punishments or anything like that. It's just for fun. I'm using Wiki's order, so it's really bizarre. So it says match, it says 11 here. So to start with, we've got AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander. Alexander has been a bit of Cedric's been on a bit of a roll recently, but I like AJ Styles and I like the fact he's with Gallows and Anderson, and you know, the OC, they should remain strong. But WWE doesn't really do stuff like that, so I reckon Cedric Alexander is going to be taking this one. I want AJ to win it, but I think it's going to be Mr. Alexander. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Do people care about that? I love Alexa Bliss quite a lot.
That's so polite. Just ask whatever you'd like me to do.
Thanks for that. That's put me off. I really like Nikki Cross too. I don't really care much for Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I'm going Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. That's just a rough guess. Right, the one match on the Night of Champions, or is it Clash of Champions? Something to do with champions. Roman Reigns versus Erick Rowan. Erick Rowan needs to win. He's never really done anything of any relevance, ever, at all. Has he? He was really cool in, you know, he was in the Wyatt family, and then he was in the Bludgeon Brothers, and he just sort of circulates in these teams. And I saw him cut a promo on SmackDown, and you know, I think it's the first time I've ever heard him speak. So yeah, Erick Rowan really needs to win this. So Roman Reigns to win. You just can't bet against him, can you? I mean, Drew McIntyre should have won. It's Roman Reigns is going to win. Erick Rowan should win. It would be really cool if Luke Harper turned up, because I really like Luke Harper. But yeah, Roman. We have Becky Lynch versus Sasha Banks. Put themselves in a bit of a story hole in this one, I think, because again, both of these guys need to win. It's Becky Lynch's first real challenger, because you know, Lacey Evans, she needs a few more years in the oven. Sasha Banks has only just come back, so that they're either going to take away Becky's title and sort of leave her in some sort of weird limbo, or completely halt Sasha Banks. So there's no winning for them here. They've pulled the trigger on this too early. I think Sasha Banks is going to win, but I think the match is a mistake. But it should be good. But Sasha to win. Oh, I've made a mistake. Hold on. Sasha versus Becky Lynch. I'm going to have to change my mind. Becky's on the video game cover, isn't she? And she's like the first female to go on the video game cover. So there's going to be shenanigans. Shenanigans. Becky's going to keep the title. Sasha's going to win by disqualification. Yeah, Sasha to win by DQ, so Becky keeps the title because she's on the video game cover. Alright. Shinsuke Nakamura versus The Miz. Oh, Shinsuke. He was so cool in NXT. And then what's he done? I think he's done a lot of surfing according to the YouTube channel. I want Shinsuke to win. I'm going with Shinsuke to win. Please God, let Shinsuke win. He needs it. The Miz is cool. The Miz is very dependable and reliable, but Shinsuke. The New Day, Big E and Xavier versus the Revival. The Revival very openly, as far as I can tell, want to go to AEW, where they'll be used properly, because again, their matches were matches of the year in AEW with DIY, and since they came to the main roster, they've had their back shaved and hot stuff put in their pants. So, who is going to win on Sunday? New Day. Just because I don't think the WWE care about the Revival, which they should do. I hope I'm wrong. Drew Gulak, Lince Dorado and Humberto somebody for the Cruiserweight. So this will probably be on the pre-show, I would imagine. Drew Gulak. I haven't really been watching 205 Live. I'm one of those people. It's one of those things that you should watch it because it's probably the best, some of the best they've got on TV with, like NXT and NXT UK. I think far superior to the main product, but that's for another day. But so I don't really know much about this round, so I'm just going with Drew Gulak. The order on Wiki is really weird. Kofi Kingston versus Randy Orton. Again, a bit of a story hole here, because it was such a nice moment when Kofi won at Mania. I think that should have ended the show, because I thought that was a much higher high than Becky winning. Sorry to Becky people, but I thought that had more feels. But obviously, it's time. I think it's time for for Kofi to, you know, I think he's finished. He's had his run. It's been nice. He's been a very strong champion, which is they've actually run it properly. But I think Randy should win. I don't know why. But because I think Randy should win, I think Kofi is going to win, or there's going to be more. Because their last match was a bit of a mess, really, wasn't it? That double count-out finish. Kofi to win. Kofi to win. Matthew is going to win this prediction contest. It says Seth Rollins versus Braun Strowman, and then the tag team match. Okay, so I think Seth is going to beat Braun. Again, I want Braun to win, but I think Seth is going to leave as champion, but I think that will be the main event. The tag team championship with Seth and Braun versus Robert Roode and Dolph. Roode and Ziggler will be taking those titles. It's just classic WWE storytelling. They've done it 1,000 times with, you know, Kane and Undertaker, Kane and Mankind, Kane and X-Pac, Kane and a lot of people. I know this is back in the Attitude area, but I'm guilty. I don't often watch Raw. I tend to watch videos about Raw and watch the highlights on YouTube. I'm really hoping that the Fiend shows up at some point, but yeah. They're going to lose the titles, which will feed into their title match. It's just sort of what they do. And last but not least, and number one, as we're according to Wikipedia, the main event on the wiki page, which you probably can't see, Bayley versus Charlotte Flair. They've only just turned Bayley heel, which I'm really conflicted by. She needed a refresh because she's not been great on the main roster. Again, she was one of those. She probably should have just stayed in NXT and ruled it. Like, I mean, Asuka's not even on the card. What a crime is that? Oh, but if you want to laugh, go onto her YouTube show and watch her put that chair together. That is funny. I'll put a link. Yeah, I think Bayley needs to win. She's just gone bad guy. Charlotte Flair's going to win it at some point in the future, isn't she? Because she's Charlotte Flair. I don't think I like Charlotte as a good guy. I think she's a natural bad guy. It's just my thoughts. Anyway, they are my 11 predictions. Over to you, Matthew. Let's see what you got. And then Monday, we shall tally up. Thank you very much.
Fingers on plastic.